everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys a really simple summer makeup routine that is very easy, it's quick, but it's very flattering, and there are different aspects of this that you can play up or change to fit you and your style or whatever you're going for that day. But basically this is just kind of a look that I go to when I'm like, I don't really feel like putting on makeup, but I feel like I have to put on makeup, or I just want to make myself feel and look prettier, but I don't really want to spend a lot of time and effort going on to it. If I'm, running late for work or something, this is something I'll do. So the whole point of this is quick, easy, very summer appropriate, and something that's just going to beautify your features, but isn't like a full-on super intense makeup look. For this look, I actually start with the face. I'm going to be starting with the Smashbox Photo Finish Under Eye Primer. I'm going to be just popping a little bit of this onto the back of my hand and then applying it to my under eyes. Should have also told you guys that I know my hair is an absolute mess right now. I haven't had time to straighten it this morning. I usually do my makeup and then my hair. So if it's looking a little bit wonky, that's why. So the next thing I do is I pop on my foundation. I'm going to be using just a tinted moisturizer today. This one is the Pure Radiant one from Nars. Depending on the level of coverage you need, use a full coverage foundation, use a tinted moisturizer. I tend to like mattifying products in the summer, but I also like dewy skin. So it's kind of contradictory in the sense that I want my skin to be glowing and shining and look beautiful, but of course it's every time you want, your oils to be controlled. I find that this tinted moisturizer, while it does give me that glow from within, it doesn't, accentuate my oiliness. It's one of the few tinted moisturizers, or, BB creams, whatever you want to say, that I've tried that haven't, just made me look oily, but instead just make me look glowy, which is why I love it. It's a bit expensive, but the finish of it is just, it's unreal. It's unlike anything I've ever, used before. My shade, by the way, in this is Alaska Light 2, so I'm just putting a little tiny blob of that onto my fingers, and I did just wash my hands, so these are completely clean, and I'm just going to be smoothing this all over. I would also like to say that on days where maybe I'm like, today I'm going to work, so I really want some coverage on my skin, but on days where maybe that isn't so important and, I'm just kind of going to the grocery store or something, I will just skip foundation altogether. Once we have that on, the next thing to do is just a little bit of concealing. I'm just using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer right underneath my eyes. Then I'm just going to apply a little bit of powder to set my under eyes. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light. And then over just any little spots I have, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Tattoo Lock-It Concealer. This is a great concealer for the summer because you really don't even need to set it. It is so long-wearing, and it really just kind of sets and dries down on its own without the help of a powder. Basically, what I like to do is apply it, kind of let it sit for just a few seconds. With this concealer, if you let it set too long, you won't be able to blend it, so you definitely don't want to do this for very long, but just enough so that it sort of adheres to the skin and you can get the most, like maximum coverage out of it. Alright, and that should be about good. I do have a little bit of a red spot here, but that's because I was like, squeezing and doing all the stuff you aren't supposed to do. Now moving on to powder. Really, really like my Korres Wild Rose Brightening Powder in the summer because while it is a powder and it will like keep, the oil at bay, it's not going to make my skin look flat, and it's not going to take away from the beautiful finish that the Nars Tinted Moisturizer has. So just using the tiniest bit of this, and when I say tiny, I really do mean tiny. I'm barely using any powder at all. I'm just going to be setting my face a little bit with this. Just washed my makeup brushes last night, and there's seriously nothing better in the world than the feeling of a clean makeup brush. So usually by this point I am doing my eyes, but since the eye look for this is so simple, I'm just going to continue and do the rest of my face. I'm going to be doing a little bit of bronzing with the NYC Sunny Bronzer. I'm not really doing heavy contouring. This look really just doesn't need it. So I'm basically just going to be applying this right around here. I will take it a little bit through my cheekbone area there and then down my neck, but we're mainly just wanting this to sort of give us a little bit of color. And then I'll just take it down my nose, again kind of across my forehead. And then finally for the cheeks, I'm going to be using this Buxom blush in the shade Breathless. I don't know why that is so hard for me to say, but it's like Buxom blush and Breathless. Too many B's. And I'm not taking much of this because we are, or at least I'm going to be doing a pretty bright lip. Of course, if you plan on just doing, your regular pinky nude or a pinky peach color, you can, layer on the blush a little bit more, but I'm just going to be giving myself just a really, really slight flush. Alright, so the face is pretty much done. We have to do our eyebrows, but I'm going to wait to do that last. And so now I'm just going to zoom you guys up on my eyes so you can get a better look of what I'm doing there. For my eyes, I'm going to start by popping on just the tiniest bit of my Nars Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I'm not wanting much. Like, seriously, if you can see how much that is good enough. I'm going to be putting a long wearing cream eyeshadow on top of this, but I've explained this in past videos. There is not one single long wearing cream eyeshadow out there that I've tried that doesn't crease on me or that doesn't fade on me a little bit. So I like to just apply, you know, just a really, really small amount of primer just to help minimize the, you know, the insane oiliness of my eyelids. Once we have that done, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Matte Brown. I do believe that this was limited edition, however, they recently came out with their, I think it was their leather collection, and those shades I believe are permanent, and I'm pretty sure that there's a shade pretty close to this. It is just a basic matte brown. If you have a matte brown, something kind of similar to this eyeliner, you can use that. You could even skip this altogether. I just really like the effect that this gives my eyes. I'm going to be taking this on sort of a flat but slightly fluffy shader brush. I got this, you know, online forever ago, so I'm not too sure if you can still find this. It was from Coastal Scents, however, so if you're curious, you can look around for something like this, but any sort of a slightly fluffy brush will work. And I'm just going to be working this all over my eyes. So you can see we're buffing it up into the crease. Then taking it all the way across the eyelid. We are also going to be taking this, and I'm just using the tip of the brush to get a little bit of this product on. And we are going to be taking this right underneath our lower lash line. And underneath here, I mean, you could take this pretty far down. We want this to be very kind of smoky and smudgy, kind of like effortless looking. And then once we have that done, we're going to be taking our main just powder eyeshadow. This is the NYX Nude Matte Shadow in the shade Dance the Tides. This is a very, very warm kind of orangey brown. And you can see here that the Maybelline Color Tattoo, I would say it's neutral. I don't think it's too cool, but I don't think it's very warm either. So this is going to add that little bit of warmth to the look. And I really like these super warm colors for, you know, summer and autumn. I just think that's really pretty. So I'm just taking this on kind of a fluffy MAC 217-esque brush, and we're just going to be popping this all over. See, I just really like the way that this looks compared to this. I think this is kind of flat looking, and this kind of looks like, I think the Maybelline Color Tattoo, it can look good by itself if you use it right, but I definitely think if you warm it up, it looks less like kind of bruisey. Then, taking a smaller little pencil brush, we are just going to do the same thing on our lower lash line. So after this, we are going to curl our eyelashes. And then I think that this look could look really gorgeous if you popped some false lashes onto it, especially to give that, you know, dramatic kind of fullness, because I'm actually not going to be using eyeliner during this look. However, I was thinking about it, and I don't know if I really feel like, you know, using false lashes today. Instead, I'm just going to be using a really black and really volumizing mascara. And for that, I'm going to the Mally volumizing mascara, and I'm just going to apply 2 really generous coats of this because we really want that thick, very heavy kind of lash look. Alright, and then very finally, just a little highlight to the brow bone. I'm using the Physicians Formula Canyon Classics Quad, and I'm going to be using that really nice sort of creamy shade there. Alright, so now I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows, and then I'll be back and show you guys what I'm going to use on the lips. So I went in and I did my hair just because I don't like having lip products on when I'm doing my hair because I just feel like my hair is going to catch into my lip products. This color is a color that I recently posted on my beauty Instagram, and I've just been like obsessed with this color, which is so weird because when I first got it, I liked it, but it was never anything that I like was thrilled with, or it wasn't anything that I just like constantly went to. It was just a product I picked up, thought it was okay, it got lost in my collection, decided to pull it out again recently. It is from the Maybelline Vivids collection, and it's the shade number 890 Neon Red. This is not really a red color. It looks very red like in the tube. So it translates to more of this kind of orangey, you know, like poppy, kind of like the flower red. It's not, it doesn't look exactly like it does in the bullet is basically what I'm trying to say. So with this, and the cool thing about this too is I find that this color I don't really even need to apply with the lip brush, like it's very forgiving. So I'm just going to pop this on my lips. So there is the color. I love this color. I think it is just so beautiful. I feel like this color really pairs well with the really warm tones we have going on our eyes. And I feel like it pulls the whole look together because just doing like a one shadow, very simple kind of grungy smoky eye, and then sometimes pairing it with just a simple lip, it doesn't look like your makeup had a whole lot of direction. And I think that when you pair with a really bright lip, it shows that you consciously didn't do tons on the eyes, but you really wanted the lip to stand out. And I just like that combination a bit more. So guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this little easy, quick summer makeup tutorial. This look is just so easy to put together, and again, you can tailor it to your preferences. Let me know if you decide to give this look a try, or you know what your thoughts on it are. I'll talk to you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.